Welcome back to class again today. I hope you are staying safe and okay at home. Today, Monday, 15th June 2020, we are having mathematics, as you know, perimeter of circles. Perimeter of circles. Last week, we dealt with area of circles. This week, we will be working on perimeter of circles. Now, let me show you something. Perimeter of a circle is the same as its circumference. You remember last week we discussed circumference alongside with area of circles. So the same circumference is also the same thing with perimeter. Is that it? Now when we say perimeter or circumference, is the length of an object. Now when we refer to circle as this one, is the length, how long the object is. Like this circle, the length of this circle from this side to the other side, and you can quickly measure that with your rope, such as this. Now there is something I'm going to show you here about pi, that we said pi equals to 22/7. Are you there? I told you last week that this 22/7 is also the same thing as what? 3.14. Is that taken? So this particular 22/7 is constant for every circle. For any circle, whether big or small, we have this 3.14, and there is a way it was derived. We have circumference all over what? Diameter. Any circle that you measure, that you take up like this, then you get a rope, you measure it round. You see, you make sure the rope goes round. As you can see, you make sure the rope goes round. Then after it has gone round, make sure you take notes of that space, of that rope where you stop when measuring it. So you place that your rope, the number that you have measured, place it on your ruler and measure it, whatever it gives you. Now this circle has already been measured. I've already measured my own, and what I got was 96 centimeters for the circumference. That's going round. That's circumference of a circle. Then there is something more, diameter. This is diameter. Don't forget, I told you last week that the diameter of a circle is a straight line that divides the circle into two equal parts. So you can get your ruler on that your circle and measure the diameter. Now the diameter that I got here is 31 centimeters. So if you divide this, you get something that is just above, a little bit above 3. If you divide this now, you get 3 point whatever. Is that taken? How do we divide? This centimeter will go cancel each other. Then your 31. How many 31? 96. You get 3. Remainder what? 0.0 or 3 point whatever. It will just be a bit greater than what? 3. That is why the constant is on for every circle that you use. Whatever you get, by the time you measure the circumference and you did your diameter like this, you get 3 point something. So that is why pi is always equal to 22/7 or 3.14. Example 1. In this example 1, it says find the perimeter of a circle with diameter 14 centimeters. Is that taken? Okay. Last week I already told you that this is diameter, isn't it? For this one, what you need to do is your formula for perimeter, which is, I told you perimeter is the same thing as what? Your circumference. So you say that perimeter is pi d. That's the formula you will use. So you say pi times what? D. This d means diameter. Are you there? So the diameter that we are having is what? 14 centimeters. And this question says you should take your pi to be what? 22/7. Always note that when the question asks you to write your pi as something, make sure you write it just like that. Is that okay? So for this, you're having pi What's your pi? Your pi is what? 22 over 7. According to this, 22 over 7 times, what's our diameter? Diameter is what? 14 centimeter. This 14, the same thing as over 1. Are you there? So it says 7 here 1, 7 here 2. Then what you're having left is 22 times what? 2. All over what? 1 times 1. That will give you 44 over 1, which is the same thing as saying 44 centimeter. That's your answer. This question says, find the circumference of a tire. You know, tire is like a circle, isn't it? Okay, of a tire with radius 0.7 meter. But this time to the nearest tenth. To the nearest what? Tenth. Okay, now the question also says make pi to be what? 3.14. As I said, whatever the question asks you to take your pi for is what you should use in your question. Circumference is the same thing as perimeter, so you say C equals to what? This time it is with radius, so you cannot say pi d since diameter is not given in the question. So what you will say is 2 pi r. Is that taken? So then you start. You say 2 multiplied by what? By your pi. Let's come closer to what? Okay. Then times what? Your r, which is your radius. So you continue, you say 2 times pi. What's your pi? Your pi is 22. Is it 22 over 7? No. What you have there is 3.14. Is that taken? Then multiply by, what's your radius? 0.7, isn't it? 0.7. So when you multiply this, you are going to have, let's do the multiplication here. You have 3.14 multiplied by what? 2. That's 2 times 3.14. So you say times 2. 2 times 4 will give you what? 8. 2 times 1 will give you 2. 2 times 3 will give you 6. How many number after decimal point? 1, 2. So you count 1, 2. Then you put your, so you multiply 0.7 here. So what you now have is 4.396. But the question says to the nearest what? To the nearest tenth. So to the nearest tenth, don't forget when you have 1.9, this is tenth, isn't it? So to the nearest tenth, it means they want only one number after your decimal point. Is that taken? Don't forget, if you have another number here, this is hundredths. You remember? We did this before. Remember, this is hundredths. If you have another number after this. But they said to the nearest tenth. That means they want only one number after decimal point. So what you do is, they want only this number after the decimal point. So you approximate. I told you the sign for approximation. Remember? So you have 4 point. Anyway, so you look for the number that is after the first number. Which number is that? 5. So this number is already up to 5. You remember? Okay, so you change it to what? 1. You add the 1 to these 3, that will give you what? 4.4. What's our unit? 4.4 meter. That's the answer.